just ridiculous solo plays at any time. We're about to get into the match, ladies and gents. The players are joining the game. One more shout out to Ting Mobile. Without them, this tournament would not be possible. We have a promotion, $25 off your first bill. You see the link in the bottom right of your screen. Check it out. See if it works for you. For United States, folks. But let's go. Game 1, best of 7. Envy against Gale Force. Winner moves on to play against Fnatic tomorrow.
Every single one of these players has won a world championship at least once, and in Turbo Pulse's case, twice. So we've got a stacked lineup here of players. And I am excited to see if any of them can show off that world championship prowess. Remco going to pick up the pass from Devo there quickly here in the first minute.
Yep, that's exactly what they want. Devo with just a tricky shot towards the net. That was a little confusing. Remco was tracking him, playing the shadow position, and able to sink that in the back of the net. That's exactly what they're looking for. Starting off strong. And I remember from the qualifiers, Gale Force would actually start off with some really quick goals in a lot of their series. So Envy certainly going to be happy about that, setting the pace hot here in this game number 1 of this best of 7.
Great fast attack there. They just basically moved up the field faster than Gale Force were able to move back, and there was no contention on any of those touches, on any of the challenges. It was all Envy on that. Just a clean play there from Envy, who's in the orange here. And a best of 7, first to win 4 games, moves on to tomorrow. A good start here from Envy. Now I'm going to play a bit of defense. Greasy going to move up. Got Devo in the midfield. Greasy Meister rotates back. Quick, tight midfield rotation from Envy. So they're holding on to ball control.
Now, do you have a favorite here?
A favorite team?
Well, on paper, who are you looking at to win this series? Would you put a scoreline up?
I mean,
I'm honestly, I'm literally 50-50 right down the middle, I think. I slight advantage to Gale Force.
Just all of history has to push me towards Gale Force right now. There's nothing that would really tell me otherwise. So I'm liking Gale Force. I'm liking Turbo Pulse is on the Batmobile right now, which is that guy. We'll see how that affects things. I think he's the only Batmobile, only non-Octane on the field. So he's not usually. He is a player that loves to mix up his cars. I don't remember the last time I saw him playing Batmobile though.
He was doing that in the qualifier number 4.
That's awesome.
And I think it was just to pay heedance to Fairy Peak and Cookseer, because he played against both Flipside and Derp like their team did. So that's my best guess, and he pulled off some ridiculous shots.
He's trying to go for another one.
Look at that.
Trying to hit that there. K-Dop with a nice setup. Violent Panda with a follow, but Greasy Meister's got the read. He'll play it away. Now Devo straight down the field. Turbo Pulsa in the mid will be able to pick it up. Remco rotating over. Challenge goes in Gale Force's favor here, but then K-Dop immediately loses it. Demolition in midfield. No immediate pressure here. Shouldn't really result in much. Just kind of reset the rotation. Force Envy to think about their rotations there for a moment. Violent Panda, he's got K-Dop across the way to work with, but going straight towards the goal, it would be Greasy Meister over to the side.
And you think about, this is a best of 7. This is just game 1 of a best of 7. So this is an endurance game. You know, in the first, and honestly, the first 2-3 games of the last series, we saw these teams, you know, go through a little bit of adjustment and really figure out their synergy and poise. So we might see a little bit of that here, but a low scoring affair to start things off. Only 1 goal on the board from Envy. Which usually tells the tale of both these teams playing well. Some good defense, as we almost see a crazy play there from Devo.
Yeah, that was a good aggressive positioning there. His teammates found him. Didn't quite put the shot on two. Greasy Meister earlier had a whiff in net. Oh, here a bump. He gets the save anyways after getting bumped around in front of his own box. A good recovery there, but he did miss. He had an uncharacteristic whiff. No pressure right in front of his own net a few moments back, where he was. He didn't get punished for it. It didn't matter, but just not a good sign. And then Turbo able to get it just past him on the wall. Bounced a bit high over the goal, so no goal to come of it there for Gale Force. And now,
I don't think Turbo minded being demoed there because he got sent back and he goes straight for a goal.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Got to play. This was the demolition onto Turbo. Was created a situation where Envy's like, oh, we can be aggressive here, and then Turbo just easily he spawns right in front of that ball, open backfield, tie game. And
that was almost a mistake from Turbo. He was doing the fancy stuff with the Batmobile on the orange side, But then he found himself like without boost, just like on the opponent's end, and then he got demoed, and it's like, well, okay, I'll go back. That's one way to go back on defense. And it worked out. Turbo able to get that shot from across the field. We're tied 1-1, about 50 seconds left. This could go either way. Envy getting the goal to start things off. Probably about a minute in, but Gale Force finally answering here. And we'll see who decides to step up. Violent Panda going on offense, but Greasy Meister's there, sending it back the other way. Turbo on defense, off the backboard. Sending it back to the orange side. Remco slowing it down, but K-Dop is there. Might try to go up the wall.
A common situation there. See one player moving out and a player tackle it, and his second player easily can pick up the ball because of the first tackle. You're rarely going to gain ball control there. Turbo Pulsar could have this, but he's got it up onto the backboard. No goalie right now. If K-Dop can just get there, no, he's just too far away.
Oh!
Devo now with a fake pass one. Violent Panda with the tackle, and Turbo Pulsar lurking at midfield. A good setup here for Gale Force in the final countdown. A good clear over to the side. Looking like overtime right now. K-Dop puts it in the middle. Greasy Meister with a clear to a mostly empty corner. Should touch. That's overtime.
Okay. I like it. I don't mind it. First game between Gale Force and Envy. Going to overtime. We're tied 1-1. Turbo throwing a couple wows in the chat after that last opportunity didn't work out. I think he was offended at the defense. It's like, why did you stop me from scoring? I wanted to score there. Wow. K-Dop bringing it down to the middle. Almost an opportunity here for Gale Force. Violent Panda was there, and Turbo in the sweeping position. And Envy just doing anything they can to get the ball out of there.
And Devo was a good positioning there on the crossbar. Basically eliminating any shot before it happened, but it was very close. Now Violent Panda out to the edge. Greasy Meister with a read. Remco, soft shot. Turbo Pulse, he can find Violent Panda here. Nobody's in net if Violent Panda can find this angle, but Devo rotates to the side from the corner. He'll get that one away. First minute of overtime coming and going here. Ball making laps around the field.
Devo.
There's no one to follow it up, though.
Now Greasy.
Greasy Meister rotating back. Good clean three-man rotation here. Devo expecting Remco to win that, just hung out. Didn't rotate back. Now up in the cherry pick again. Devo's been doing this a few times. It hasn't really turned into a goal just yet. We're in Envy scored on that first kickoff very, very quickly, and then since then have struggled to find meaningful shots on target. And the only goal from Gale Force was the one where they were trying, really pushing, committing to an offensive push, and then immediately lost ball control, and Turbo just makes a nice long shot from his own half. So no goals being scored on incredible offense just yet. Trading demos over there on the side, making a 2v2 for a moment.
Devo was offended that Greasy Meister was demoed there, so he came through and demoed Turbo. It's pretty exciting. But we're locked up, 2 minutes down in overtime. I love it. What a way to start this best of 7 between Gale Force and Envy.
And back and forth for sure. Remco trying to make the hero play there. K-Dop's got him. Turbo Pulse and Greasy Meister. I'm sure they might have just faked each other.
Oh.
Remco keeps going for these shots to a well-defended box. Greasy's shot is wide. Greasy will be able to carry it away. Back in the middle. Turbo Pulse could make an excellent shot here. Puts it on, and it could waterfall down. Devo's there. Well defended. Yeah, Remco like Nathan as well.
Yeah, I really like that try. Just trying to make it, just put the ball in a dangerous position. Make it scary.
Oh, good pass. Turbo Pulse with a shot. He tried to get it, tried to play, but the infield pass will decide the game. Well done by Gale Force.
I love it. That's exactly how that game should end. A cheeky pass there. K-Dop to Turbo. One they absolutely needed, deserved, based on how well they played and how well they set up that play.
Yeah,
so Gale Force taking game number 1.
I'm glad to see the game decided by a great offensive play, not by some some like mistake. Because that was how Gale Force scored the first time, was an overcommitment on offense and just an easy pinch out, and then not being able to play defense was how they got scored on. So it was good to see just a good play, well defended by Greasy. He was in position, did the best he could, but just couldn't quite get there. The speed was too much.
The save was almost there too. If he had reacted a split second earlier, he could play that. It's so hard to deal with. Every time on offense, if you can get an opportunity those pass plays. Me and Wave are gonna practice later.
Oh, I've
so
practiced
we can be like
so
Turbo
much.
and K-Dop. We're the next K-Dop and Turbo, Wave.
I think we were K-Dop. I think our time has passed.
No, Wave. No. Our
Dude,
time has just begun.
My time will begin when I can make it to champion.
So I want to be Devo.
About that.
Can I be Devo?
Want to point out here that EnvyUs started with ridiculous offense and 2 scoring opportunities already here in the beginning. This is they are good at this first kickoff, at being aggressive. It seems that things sort of fall apart as the game goes on for them, maybe? I don't know. Something to watch as the series goes on. But both games so far, they've started with great pressure. They had 3 scoring opportunities already. And here, nice pass. Oh, Devo with the screen. Greasy with a setup, but Turbo has this. Now K-Dop could cherry pick this one. Puts it high. Greasy Meister should be able to redirect this. It'll be Remco, actually, who helps him out. A little bit of a double commitment, but not a bad one.
I wonder if we're going to see more goals this game. Last game was completely locked up. 1-1, and then a goal to win it in the end, but very low scoring. Are we going to see more of the same? Usually an indication of just how evenly matched teams are. So I would expect similar things.
It felt like it was a pretty low. I didn't look at the scoreboard at the end because they were remaking, but it felt like there was a low amount of shots too. Like it wasn't just like excellent defense. It felt like it was mostly kind of a midfield presence. Neither team really pushing for opportunities. Remco up.
just not letting those scary moments happen and just keeping the ball away from the net in general. The thing is, both these teams are doing it. Violent Panda going for a solo play, faking it. Turbo off the backboard. K-Dop trying to sweep it up, but Greasy sending it back the other way.
Get that one away. It was a good setup there onto the backboard and then looking for the goalie, hoping Turbo can make the shot, but his shot was a little bit high. Remco with some good defense over to the side. Violent Panda trying to wrap the wall, but Greasy will get the clear. Remco and Devo looking to play out. K-Dop can find Violent Panda down here, and he takes the shot towards the net, but it's wide. Remco will pick up ball control.
Yeah, Envy really getting the passing play, or sorry, Gale Force. The passing plays are really starting to work out. We're seeing a lot of purposeful passes and pretty good opportunities. So Gale Force locking into that. Envy, they're playing a lot of defense right now. Gale Force with most of the pressure. So we'll see if they can turn that around. Remco, potential scoring opportunity. Turbo's there on defense. And Violent Panda gonna take it back the other way. Greasy off the backboard. Violent Panda preventing that from going anywhere, but Remco trying to get a decent shot on it. Down to Devo. It's towards the net, but Turbo there again.
Yeah, he hit that a little too hard, just lost control, gave it straight to Turbo, and he could clear it out. Now the ball back in the orange again. Okay, up with a shot here off the crossbar. He could have snuck that one underneath. The goalies weren't ready for it. Accuracy not quite there. And right now, it feels like the Gale Force being more methodical. You can just watch when they get ball control. They might be clearing to try and put the ball in the corner, like keep the ball on the ceiling, move for a clear transition, or they're looking for passes where Envy is doing a lot of just hitting the ball on the ground straight back to their opponents, and they're conceding ball control regularly right now. I'd love to see them looking for each other a little bit more.
Right. So we need to see them go for more of those maybe small passes in the backfield to really get some opportunities for themselves. But for now, it's all Gale Force. Violent Panda to Turbo. Almost able to make something happen. Still with possession, but Devo with a nice demo onto Turbo just then. Maybe that's the answer for Envy. Get some demos going, and then go from there.
It'll be good. You just gotta do them at the right time too. Getting a demo on your opponent in his backfield when the ball's in your corner is not gonna do all that much for you because the ball's so far away from where that player is, and he's gonna spawn basically in the same place you demoed him. Violent Panda puts this one back up onto the wall. Devo with the chase. He gets a pass too. Now what does he do with it? He just kind of puts it into the corner, and K-Dop was there alone. Remco across the field. There's that clear there from Violent Panda. It went from his corner to the caddy corner all the way. Just these brilliant clears from Gale Force, giving them so much ball control. And you were hoping for more goals. We're in the final minute, and it's 0-0. We could have a 1-0 game here, Axeltoss. Devo. Playing up, coming back down. Turbo Pulsa. Looking for K-Dop here. Violent Panda just lurking in the midfield. The defense just isn't there. I think Remco own goal this? I couldn't quite tell. This is not what you want. Yeah, he says the whoops from Remco. He'll admit it. That happened. That sucks. I'm not sure what happened to Axeltoss here. Yeah, oh, he's making gestures at me. It looks like there might be things wrong. I'll just keep on talking. We'll just keep on going here. Not how you want things to go for EnvyUs. Conceding a goal of your own volition. I mean, Turbo Pulsa was right there, so it's not like it was a horrendous own goal from Remco, but still, it's not what you want. Violent Panda's going to put a nail in the coffin just to secure. Nothing crazy is going to happen here. With 2 seconds left, it's 2-0 right now for Gale Force, moving into game number 3. These guys are crazy. I want to see EnvyUs playing as a team, not just playing with these long clears, taking these shots. Hey, and it sounds like we got an Axeltoss back. Don't toss yourself again. Stop it.
I know. I keep doing that. Axeltoss, what are you doing? You're not in European hotel Wi-Fi. Please.
This is America, my friend.
Ah, man. Hopefully I'm louder and clearer.
You sound good. You sound great to me.
Thank you. Thank you, Wave. You sound great too. I just want to let you solo commentate the whole thing because of your beautiful tone and cadence.
You want a story of how I got my casting career started off?
Tell me.
So I started casting replays on YouTube by myself. I wanted to cast with somebody, but I didn't have anyone else to cast with, so I just casted the replays. And then the very first time I got to cast a Gfinity with RLC, the guy who I was co-casting with, his internet died, and I had to cast the entire like semifinals and on by myself. And they're all like, and it was this perfect win-win situation where it's like, A, this is what I've practiced more, and B, if I do bad, everyone will be like, oh, it was his first time and it was a crappy situation. And if I do great, everyone's like, oh, what a god, he was able to just do it himself, you know. And so it was kind of this great situation that kicked off my casting career.
That's awesome. It's like the first test. Everyone has one of those when they're starting off their commentator stuff, whether it's dealing with connection or finding yourself having to speak a lot more than expected.
Yep.
And trials and tribulations of
And the best part was, it was like, that was what I was more comfortable with, because that was what I had more practice on, was casting just by myself. Yeah. So it was actually, while it looked like it was a difficult situation, it was actually sort of easy. It just kind of worked out. But game number 3 here.
Yes. And Gale. Yeah, Gale Force in a pretty good position.
Yeah.
I always really enjoyed solo commentating, in StarCraft at least. I really did, but I also like commentating with people.
Yeah, no one disagrees with you when you're solo casting, you know. That's nice.
I disagree with you, Wave. No. Oh man. So Envy, they got to figure something out here. I feel like they've had some opportunities, and it could be a situation where just Gale Force is so good, but Envy's down 0-2. You're down 0-2.
I mean, props on the defense. They held them to 1 goal last game, but it was, I mean, they have held, there's only been 3 goals on the side of Gale Force this entire series so far. But that 1 goal was the only one that mattered. That's not, I mean, I don't think Remco is really to blame for that own goal. It was a good situation created by Gale Force. He just happened to be the one who sunk it, as he was trying to fall back as a last-ditch effort to get defense, get it in front of Turbo. So, not a bad own goal. Good pass here. Violent Panda with the shot. Just the brilliant play there from Gale Force.
Okay. Gale Force keeping the pedal on the metal. K-Dop to Violent Panda. Left side of the net. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And passes.
Yeah, I mean, all these games have been close, more or less. It's just Gale Force pulling off the plays when it matters. Yep, so we got to see more of the same from Envy if they're going to bring this back.
And this time we see Gale Force being the team scoring early. And none of that early pressure that we saw in games 1 and 2 from EnvyUs. It was Gale Force that was doing the early game pressure here. So Envy it's the thing that was working for them, now not working for them. They're going to have to figure something else out here. I really want them to start looking for each other. Here's a good start here. Greasy Meister to Remco. That gives them more presence when the ball is deep in enemy territory, when they use those pass plays to move up, instead of just booming it down the field. Greasy Meister trying to create a setup here, but nobody's waiting for the shot right now. Remco is falling back on defense, and now, again, he just kind of booms it down the field here. And K-Dop will be able to get the save away.
It's a good opportunity. Envy getting some great opportunities here. I love that play from Remco. He went for the shot and then just tried to push K-Dop out of the way, but K-Dop was able to get a piece of it to prevent that from being a scoring opportunity. And then we had some good follow-up shots there, but just none seeing the back of the net. So Envy able to figure out some offensive momentum, but they have yet to tie it all together to get themselves a goal, and they need it right now. They're down 0-2, they're down 0-1, 0-2 in the series, 0-1 in the game. So Envy, they have to make something happen here.
K-Dop's up. He's a little bit wide there. A lot wide, actually. Devo looking for the dribble. Violent Panda with the steal. Turbo Pulse now up to play it away as K-Dop sits in net. Playing kind of a bit of a 1-2 positioning here with Turbo Pulse out on offense and the rest back on defense. Now they're starting to get a bit more aggressive as they're getting more ball control here off the backboard uncontested, but Remco will intercept it before Turbo Pulse can make a play. He gets a bump onto Devo on net. This opens up some space. All three players from Envy over on the side. K-Dop didn't see a shot he could take, so he'll hang on. Now Turbo Pulsa back down the field. The players from Envy.
They've got to do it. They've got to do it. It's got to happen.
Final minute here. All three of them in the blue half. They got to be aggressive. Just struggling to gain ball control, and now K-Dop and Violent Panda with the infield passes again. Devo with a miss in the corner that just lets the ball roll all the way into the box. Turbo Pulse's challenge is good. Greasy Meister takes it away, and Remco back down to Greasy Meister. This is a good start. Moves it up the field. Gives him some decent position here, but Devo just wasn't in a position to be able to intercept that wall. Now 35 seconds remaining, down by 1. It's been a 1-goal game every game so far, Axeltoss, but it's always been Gale Force. They've had control. The best we've seen from Envy is them tie it up. Or I guess they had the first lead. I take that back. They had the first lead.
Yes.
It was Gale Force that tied it up. There's a 2-goal lead. K-Dop off the wall, just pinching it straight onto the top.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing some opportunities. Remco a little bit earlier, he slowed the game down a little bit, let the ball kind of rest in front of him, and then went with a passing play with Greasy. But I think Devo was looking for a pass off the backboard, and Greasy hit it over to the left. So a little bit of miscommunication there, perhaps. But ultimately, K-Dop on the other side, able to get another one for Gale Force. And the scoreline certainly, or the series score, is certainly not an indication of how close these games have truly been.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just Gale Force able to tie together those plays.
It's just so... While I agree with you, the games have been... Scoreboards have been very, very close here. It's been so much control and such stellar defense, especially from Gale Force. Like, they have always had a person back. We've seen 1 goal scored by Envy in this series. It's been 2 shutouts in a row, and they've got to get something figured out now. They are on match point. They have to reverse
Don't let them start. Don't let them start, by the way. I got kicked out. I got kicked out.
No, come back.
I can just join in, right? Like,
yeah,
it
you
just lets me.
You just join. You just
so they can start, whatever. Just start the game. Yeah, I mean, very close matches, but again, as you mentioned, Gale Force just able to tie together these passing plays that are working out. And they're up 3-0. So we need to see something happen with Envy. I need to be invited to the... Okay, here we go.
I mean, look at this. We have what is this? 6 shots from Gale Force, 8 shots from Envy, 3 saves from Envy, 8 saves from Gale Force. They were 8 for 8. No shot was not... All the shots were saved from Envy. It was all very savable. There wasn't anything that I saw that really... Like, there was that one good play from Remco where he kind of lobbed it up, but it was such a lob. Like, it wasn't difficult for a player of K-Dop's caliber to make sure he didn't get bumped by Remco and save the shot. You know, like, it's that sort of play. It's good, but it's not going to be good enough against a team like Gale Force that has always been such a strong defensive team.
Yeah, Gale Force, #1 seed from their qualifier coming into this, and Envy a #2 seed. But I still think Envy played some really solid Rocket League in the qualifiers. Took out a lot of pretty good teams. But right now, they're on the ropes. They're down 0-3 against a Gale Force team that has been spectacular in recent months, especially the recent year. And Envy, they've had some moments of their own, but this is their time to really try to bring things back here. But they got some work to do if they're going to make this a series.
Oh, Turbo. And you got to point out, this was all Gale Force for the first 30 seconds. Envy's been doing a good job off that first kickoff, getting some ball control here, but the screen from Violent Panda, everyone's looking at Violent Panda, covering Turbo's movement up. and he's just able to get that shot. Earliest goal we've seen from Gale Force. They're looking stronger as the series is going on.
And that is not a good sign for Envy. Turbo trying to be fancy, trying to get another goal for Gale Force, but Greasy able to stop that. Or Devo, I should say. Greasy trying to continue the play over to Remco. Not a good sign for Envy if Gale Force is scoring that early. But this is a team that is resilient. They have the ability to come back. They have world championships on their team. I'm sure each of them have seen an 0-3 scoreline or an 0-2 scoreline. I've brought it
Violent
back.
Panda Turbo. Oh, Remco is able to intercept. Violent Panda actually probably could have scored if he had just shot there, but he goes for Turbo instead, which generally would be the smarter play. Well, unfortunately for him, Remco is just following Turbo right there, able to get it away. Keep this at 1-0. Important for Envy to not let this score run away.
Yeah, I want to see. I've decided what I want to see. I want to see Devo pull off something ridiculous. That's what I want to see right now.
Taps.
Yep, I think we need some Devo crazy shenaniganry for some fear to be struck into Gale Force.
Need
for
some
them to have
devotion.
The chance to bring it back. Yeah.
Create some devotion on this Envy roster. It's Crazy Meister with a setup. Remco could possibly set up Devo here. The defense of Gale Force holds, as it has this entire series. Kate up with a good read. Able to move this one up all by himself, and the slow approach there from Greasy will give some positioning to Gale Force. They'll put it right back into the corner. Devo out. Kate up looking for Violent Panda. Remco over to the side. Good interception. 3 players in the blue here for Envy, looking to be aggressive. We're approaching halftime. These games flying by right now, especially with no goals. Turbo Pulsar tries to use the wall. Good touch there from Greasy. And all the way into the blue corner, an empty one. Quick movement there from K-Dop, all the way back down.
All right, Envy, halfway through.
The 3 players bunched up. Scary. K-Dop and Violent Panda looking for the passes off the backboard. Can he double tap this down? No. Greasy Meister sends it away. Turbo Pulsar will be the first one of this ball. Just nice pop there.
Yeah, playing it slow. Envy on defense. They've got to get something going. They absolutely have to. Turbo demoing Devo. Gale Force keeping up the offense. K-Dop carrying it all the way to the goal, but Remco able to swap that away.
Oh, but
that's an epic save.
Oh, so close to having a second attempt there. Demolition on the Remco. We'll stop them momentarily from having a nice 3-man push in. They're all tight. These shots, they just keep on pouring onto the net, and it'll just eventually do them in. The ball control was there. It barely made it into the blue before Gale Force was attacking again.
And Gale Force just keeping up the pressure over and over and over, and eventually it's going to go in. Gale Force feeling great right now. Up 3-0 in the series, up 2-0 in the game, on the verge of advancing in a sweeping position to the semifinals tomorrow to play against Fnatic. Of course, Fnatic won the first series earlier against Flipside by a scoreline of 4-2. So, will we see Envy come up with anything here? Greasy going towards the goal. That's a step. That's a goal from Greasy. Could that be the fire to ignite Envy to bring something back and make this closer?
First goal they've scored in 13 minutes. A great follow here to stay behind this and not allow Violent Panda to clear it back up. Violent Panda had to get up in front of the ball, but instead of he was underneath it to try and pop it over the net. And the follow from Greasy will give us a 1-goal game. And Envy's hopes are alive here in game 4. Turbo down the field. Violent Panda's up. Devo had the read as well. Now look to play this out. Finding Greasy Meister. A decent cherry pick, but only enough to pass, not enough to shoot. Clock management starting to become part of the game here. A mistake on the backboard from Turbo Pulsar, and Devo punishes. Tie game.
All right, Greasy lofting it up to the backboard. And that was a pass that could have been a shot, and Turbo thought it was a shot. So he was going for the defense on the goal, but it went a little bit off target on purpose by Greasy, not expected by Turbo, and Devo there with the follow-up in a perfect spot there. And now we have a game in our hands. We're tied 2-2 a minute to go. Envy in a dire situation. They must win. They must score a goal here to advance this to a 5th game.
Kate up. Pinching it away. Greasy Meister Keeping this near the ceiling. Good touch from Turbo.
It's good ideas. Really making it look like he was going to do something from above, but just letting it go down. But
30 seconds left.
Devo Remco not able to finish it through. Devo off the ceiling.
Violent Panda's pass.
The offense.
It was a bit in front of Turbo. His pass there. Also, we could have another infield pass. Oh, they try. This time, Devo's got the read. Good follow.
Okay, this could be good. It's in Devo's hands.
He was trying. They had nobody there to help him out, though. He was going to have to find a way to get that down. Both of his teammates very far back.
Ooh.
It looked like maybe overtime again. Yes, he couldn't keep it off the ground. And it'll be overtime. The last time we saw this, Gale Force was able to take it in game number 1. Envy, they're 1 goal away. Just got to stay alive.
All right. Gale Force a goal away from advancing to the semifinals tomorrow. Envy needs a goal to stay alive in this series. Down 3-1 in a best of 7. Excuse me, down 3-0. If they win here, it would be 3-1.
K-Dop and Violent Panda trying to meet up. Turbo carrying Violent Panda into the corner. K-Dop, the good read. That's 3 players. All of a sudden, there's a bunch, like most of the team, clumped in the middle with Turbo Pulsar, or clumped over on the corner with Turbo Pulsar just sitting in the middle. Difficult read for anybody. Remco coming off the wall, looking for the air dribble here. K-Dop, he says, I know a thing or two about air dribbles. Take that away.
Greasy with the punt. What you're up to.
K-Dop up, and Remco over to the side. It's just Turbo Pulse in the back right now. He'll play it away well. Now Violent Panda looking for the ceiling shot. Sends it towards the goal. Remco over to the side. A long distance, long range ceiling shot.
Ooh.
The closer you are to the goal, the more difficult those are to read.
Great shot.
We'll get that one. Remco just going for the midfield boom. Up in the air.
We're seeing the pressure from Envy. Greasy going for a ridiculous angle. But that's going to go in 99 or 1 times out of 100.
Yeah, it's so far. Ooh, Devo. Had the nice setup and then looked for the bump on Turbo. Oh, and this one dropping down. Can Violent Panda get there? Sends it back straight at Remco. He just has to hit the brakes, play it away. So far, Envy still going for almost entirely just solo plays here.
Yeah,
they're not using each other, and it makes them decently readable, especially for players of the caliber of Gale Force. Like they all of them can do the things that Envy's going for. They know how these plays work mechanically, and they know how to shut them down.
Remco wanted that boost.
Well, this is coming down dangerous, but Remco's there. 3 players set up well in goal. Violent Panda going to try and get the pass. Oh, Greasy Meister will get it away. 2 minutes into overtime again. Long overtimes.
A must-score situation for Envy, and it drops down in a very dangerous spot, but Gale Force, no one there to finish that off. We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds about through overtime, and again, Envy must score here to send this series to the next game. Gale Force on the verge of sweeping. Envy with their fair share of pressure, but it also looks like Gale Force is picking it up as well.
Yeah, this has been shot after shot. Most of these shots from Gale Force have been wide. They've been just off the post. So it's the same level of pressure, but not the same level of threat that we were seeing earlier. Devo, an opportunity. K-Dop's in net. We'll have a read, but there's a good positioning here. Greasy Meister had another opportunity on Remco. Moves in a bit early there, maybe, as Turbo Pulsa was clearly going to be able to intercept that. Devo now, across the net. Remco set up in goal behind Greasy. A demo into Devo in enemy territory with the ball on his own backboard. Scary situation, but Greasy Meister's got a great clear to buy him time to spawn and get back in this rotation.
Ooh.
Now 3:20 into overtime. It's been so long. Turbo will push it back down.
No boost.
Head up, looking for Turbo Pulse.
Remco's getting some really good clears, but Envy not able to convert. Oh my gosh, what a way to end it.
The pass plays
probably should be Violent Panda to Turbo, who double touches it, and there is no choice but for that ball to go in the net.
It's that infield pass again. It was the kryptonite of EnvyUs this entire series. And here again, Gale Force going to come out with the win. 4-0 from the World Champions.
Gale Force is good. the Gale Force, this is a roster that's pretty darn good at Rocket League. They can pull off some plays. I'll tell you that much. And that was a convincing victory there over Envy. A lot of those games were actually pretty close, maybe with the exception of, I think it was game three. That was
the only one that wasn't a 1-goal game.
Right. So I feel like that score line of the series is certainly not indicative of how close those teams were actually playing.
I mean, yeah,
especially a lot of that comes down to the overtime too, right at the very end. Like that was a 4-minute overtime, more or less, right?
Yeah. But it was like the name of the game right now in Rocket League is the teamwork, you know. And every good opportunity we were seeing from EnvyUs were these solo opportunities where they're trying to air dribble, they're trying to play it off the backboard, trying to do something crazy and be a hero. And the big difference was you had the team that was passing, the team that was going for the hero plays, and the team that was passing won every game, you know? So even though the defenses on both sides were pretty strong, is the passing that's going to give you the win.
Excellent play there from Gale Force. They had a few struggles in the qualifiers. They tried to get through qualifier number 3, weren't able to make it, but then qualified to number 4. And then we saw them struggle a little at DreamHack. But today, it feels like they are super on point. Just really good games overall. And although they were a little close, Gale Force really able to pull off the plays that they needed to pull off to get those goals. Because you're not going to score a simple goal. There's no such thing really at this level of Rocket League. And Gale Force doing the right things to get past the defense of Envy. And now we have 2 teams qualified for our semifinals tomorrow. From the European side, we have Fnatic and Gale Force. Fnatic taking out Flipside 4-2, and Gale Force with a 4-0 sweep over Envy. So the 2 number 1 seeds coming out of the qualifiers, making it through from the European side. We're going to switch over to the North American side. Do you guys know the North American teams? Anyone in chat? Do you know who they are? Do you know who the North American teams are in this tournament? Let me know if you know in the chat. Wavepunk, you are going to be joining us in the grand final.
Mm-hmm.
That's your next
true statement. That'll be tomorrow, right before the Super Bowl.
So I want to get some thoughts. First of all, thanks for hanging out today. I know you're getting over whatever happened there in Germany.
That was my pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
Wish you the best of health. But thank you for joining us today. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about the matches that we've seen? And since we're going to see you again for the grand finals, any expectations for who you think we're going to be watching in the grand finals?
Oh man, it's hard. I don't know. I feel like Gale Force is in a great place right now. They're in a really good spot right now, and I think Cloud9's in a pretty good place. I haven't say Cloud9. Cloud9 still feels good, but I haven't actually really seen them play in a while. Dignitas. I'm just gonna put this out. I want Dignitas to have a good start here. They looked really good at DreamHack, especially against G2. Thought they had some pretty good series there. And I really like Turtle a lot, so I want to see them in the finals. That'd be fun. Gale Force versus Dignitas.
That's awesome. Dignitas is just amazing. And they had a great run at DreamHack, and they're such a solid team. So I think it's certainly possible. I don't think they should be written off by any means. Everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be Cloud9. It's going to be Cloud9. Don't overlook these other North American teams. Each of them on a really good day can really step up and make stuff happen. We're going to take a break here, but real quick, want to talk some more about Ting Mobile. Without them, this tournament would not be happening. They are a service provider in the United States, and they operate on the T-Mobile and the Sprint network. They work with pretty much any phone out there. And the promotion we're doing during this event is you get $25 off if you sign up with the link taketheshot.ting.com. To explain a little bit more about Ting Mobile operating on the Sprint and T-Mobile networks, there's no contract. It's basically pay as you go. You can get your phone bill to as low as some people is like $10, $11 if you're not using that much data. You're not in a contract. You can get in whenever you want, get out whenever you want. For you guys watching, this is my personal stream, twitch.tv/Axeltoss. I'm really good friends with Jesse, who I think is hanging out in the chat. Jesse from Ting Mobile. And we talked about throwing a Rocket League event, and they were so for the idea. They're involved in the StarCraft space quite a bit. And their product, I think, is certainly worth at least looking into if you're a U.S. resident. I think it could be a good service for you. it can be a way to save money. So at the very least, I would go to that website, taketheshot.ting.com. They have a calculator there where you can see how much your phone bill would be. And that can be a great way to decide if you want to do it. But that's all I got for now. Wavepunk, any final thoughts?
Follow me on Twitter at WavepunkRL.
All right, that's it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I think we're going to set the time for probably 10 minutes as we're halfway through the stream. So when we come back at approximately 1 p.m., we got James Bott jumping in, and the match will be Cloud9 going up against FlyQuest as the quarterfinals continue for the grand finals of the Ting Open. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.